Good morning, friends. Okay, I did manage to put my camera back in roughly the right place. Excellent. Well, hello. I am back. Being out in the woods last week was lovely. I had a lot of mosquito bites, but it was well worth it. So today I think we are going to work on my nephew's baby blanket. Considering he's due in November, I should get moving on that. Let's see, I need to make some pieces first. There we go. been getting a lot of motorcycles up and down here lately. So I apologize for the vroom vroom traffic noises. Come on. There we go. Oh, also, a little bit later on, I'll give you a sneak peek. I got something very special yesterday. What is that? Okay. Something I had pre-ordered finally came in. I have my hands on the Namazu storybook. It's precious. So a little bit later, when Kara goes on lunch, she's going to turn the stream on because she wants me to hear me read it. So once Kara checks in and says that she's on lunch, probably right around noon, we'll have story time with the Namazu and the Greatest Gift. So look forward to that. It's really cute. It involves far less charbroiled Namazu than I was expecting, but then again, it is a children's picture book. I really should take some pictures of some of these stars so that I can change my pattern picture up here. I meant to do that and then forgot. That's okay. I was extremely lazy yesterday on what I said I was going to do versus what I actually got done. But that's what Saturdays are for sometimes. Oh, hey, Kitsune. Good morning. Ooh, cutscenes. Gotta be careful with cutscenes. Those are dangerous. Pre-Shadowbringers? Ooh, yeah, yeah. I know you've been spoiled. I'm sure you know, but like you're headed into some of the best stuff in the game, at least as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, it's so good. And like, because I was spoiled for everything. I had watched Julie play it, I had watched Kara play it, and I found that that didn't really diminish it at all. There's something about playing through story beats yourself with your Warrior of Light that still makes them hit. Which is really, really good, honestly. So have you switched over? Are you trying Reaper? But also dinner reminder. It is dinner time over there, or getting towards it. Oh, you don't have Endwalker yet? Fair enough, but good luck. Yeah, you'll enjoy Shadowbringers. I mean, yeah, again, I know you know, but yeah, yeah. So I had, like I said, I had watched Kara play a ton of it. Oh my god, yes, one of the best cutscenes in the game. I had been spoiled for a lot of it. I had been spoiled for some of the deaths. I had not been spoiled for one death in particular, somehow. And they were like the character that I loved. And so we got to their death scene, and I was just like, what? Like, I was literally in tears because I had somehow not been spoiled for that. is not enough thread for another one. Take a drink of my tea here. Delicious tea. That's fine. Green. Come on. There we go. Couldn't pick the paper up briefly. Morning, Merlin. How are you? Hopefully with coffee. Or on your way to acquire coffee. God, the traffic today is really bad. Jesus. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Go back to bed, nerd. Been up since 9? That's so early for you. I mean, I've also been up since roughly 9, but then I laid in bed for quite a while. Ah, come on, Thread. Thread, please. You went to bed super early? By whose standards? I actually stayed up super late for me. I feel okay. I'm sure it'll catch up with me tomorrow when I have to go back to work. But this is fine. Out before midnight. Yeah, I was up later than you. How strange. I'm sorry you're so tired though, that sucks. Phone calls also suck. Sorry there. Why is the size on these so off? It's a large difference. Yeah, it's like a quarter-inch difference. What the hey? Must have measured my papers wrong. I mean, it's fine. I can make it work. It's a baby blanket. It's not. Oh, they're not even? Because this one's longer on this side and that one's longer on that side. That's so weird. Yeah, I'm working on the baby blanket for my nephew because I need to get that done. But these papers are not even. What the hey? That's bizarre. But you know what? We're gonna go with it. It's charming. The angles are correct, which is the more important thing. What's beside Kirby? It's the little, like, white thing. It's like, I guess it's Kirby's pet. It supposedly helps them in battle. Right now all they have is the little blob thing, but I guess in future they're planning to put like more designs for it. Right now it looks angry, I think, because Kirby hasn't been fed in a couple days. But yeah, I think it's just supposed to be like a pet. It's always been there. It's definitely always been there. Ooh, carrots. Good. Now the pet will stop being angry. And even more carrots. Excellent. All the XP and vitamins for baby. Yeah, see, now it's happy. Yeah, I like that you both went for carrots. I guess Om Nom vitamins for breakfast? Ooh, time for a new carby. Ooh, I like those eyes. Very nice. Seem to be sticking with the pink theme here. I wonder if Kara is subconsciously influencing it. How it reminds you of a Jigglypuff? Yeah, exactly. With the pink and the purple and the big blue eyes. Yeah, a little bit. There are, I think, actually like round sparkly design eyes. We just haven't come across them yet. granted, I've been drafting my own papers for these because I'm not gonna pay money for something I can very easily trace and cut out myself. So I'm not surprised that there's variances in them. Like I said, as long as the angles match up okay, it's not too big of a deal. Let's see. I'll go with the other orange one here. Golly, that's a variance. And why? I don't get it. It's alright. Oh yeah, it's just like... So this one you can see the orange one is longer on this edge, but the green one is longer on this edge, and I don't know why. It's probably just because I drafted them weird. But yeah, as long as the angles all match up so that it forms a star in the center, the variable lengths on them don't matter too much. It'll be charming. It would be more of a problem if I was then going to connect more pieces to those sides. But I'm not. I'm just going to be sewing them down onto a background, so it's not a big deal. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute when I finish up this seam. So when I open it up, so you can see here, like the green one is sticking out a lot more here, and the orange one is sticking out a lot more here. And they're not forming like a neat intersection. So if I was going to try to attach more pieces out here, like say I was going to be building it out further, well, I mean, the angle's not right because of how these pieces are, but like if I was going to be attaching more pieces, that would be a bigger problem. I wouldn't be able to leave it like this. I would have to redo these. But the fact that it's going to be just a 5-point star and then I'm tacking it down to a solid piece and stitching around the edges, this is fine. It's actually kind of a charming effect, but yeah, just means I need to be more careful when I'm measuring my pieces to draft. See again, the orange one's longer over here and the green one's longer over here. That's strange. And yeah, it doesn't fix itself when I flip it over. Interesting. Interesting. Because it would fix itself if I flipped it over like that. So there's just enough variance in my pieces that I've created a right side and a wrong side, which should not be the case, but here we are. Oh, did not the end. I'm gonna have to cut more paper pieces after this start anyway, so we'll just double check those. Possibly draft some new ones. If anyone asks, we'll just say I meant to do that because it looks cool. Totally. Ah, come on. There we go. I think I know why it happened too. Because when I was drafting this particular sheet of papers, I was using one of my fun, really chunky pencils. So I think when I was drawing the lines, it was further, because of the chunkiness of the pencil, the line ended up further out from the edge of the template than it should be, which created a bit of overhang and variance. I should have been using a mechanical pencil or a pen, but I wanted to use my fun chunky pencil. This is fine. angles match, and that's what matters. Back this way. Yeah, see, variance there too. Interesting. Suffer the consequences? Yeah. Yeah. It was future SJ's problem, and now I'm future SJ. It's okay. Like I said, I have to cut more papers after this anyway, so I will just redraft that page, I think. Come on. Yeah, the downside of these 5-point stars is trying to get the last piece in can be a bit tricky. You're putting your VODs on YouTube? Good. I need to do more of that. I am extremely behind. Reminds me, I also need to order a hard drive to store them all, because my poor laptop does not have the storage space to suddenly store months worth of videos that are hours and hours long. Edges line up nicely. Well, angles line up nicely despite the weirdly variable edges. It's fine. Kawapu fruit from Kingdom Hearts. Don't actually know what that is. I'm going to guess some sort of a star-shaped fruit. Well, you didn't jump to the star fruit from Stardew Valley? Or the Stardews, I guess? I don't remember what they're actually called. I need to play more of that. Star Drops, I think, aren't they? I have not played Kingdom Hearts. I have never, well, I shouldn't say never. I'm more into them now. But at the time Kingdom Hearts came out and was super popular, I couldn't / didn't like doing like action-y games. I was just really bad at them and I found them frustrating. So I just never played them. My sister played Kingdom Hearts and Kara's working her way back through them because she wants to play them for the story. But no, I've never actually been much into Kingdom Hearts myself. I never really played action-y games like that until like literally Final Fantasy 15 is what taught me how to handle that sort of combat. Yeah, I've never been a huge like hack and slash person. Like I've never really played the Zelda games either. I know a lot about them just because Kara's played them all and like I've watched VODs and stuff, like Pop Culture Osmosis. I know a lot about Zelda, but I've never actually played any of them myself. Unless you count Hyrule Warriors. Again, that's another game that kind of taught me how to handle reaction time and action-based combat. But yeah, when I was a kid, it was all turn-based all the time. Turn-based and farming sims. My go-to games when I was younger, well, and even now, honestly, but my go-to games have always been like Pokemon, Harvest Moon, back when it was still good, Story of Seasons, that sort of thing. Here we go. Funky edges and all. Alright. Let's see. So this is the page of them I have. The angle on these. Well, the angle's fine. It's the space between the lines must be off. Because I think it's supposed to be... Yeah, it's supposed to be 1 1/4 inch. These are definitely not 1 1/4 inch. Yeah, no, the chunky pencil killed me. Oh yeah, that's way off. What about these? Okay, that's 1 1/4 inch. That's why they're only off in one direction. Because these lines are fine. It's these lines that are messed. That would do it. Okay. Let's do this way. This is why I have 2 measuring templates. Okay. 1 1/4 inch. Let's fix this. I have an even longer ruler, but it's across the room. See, and that's about how much these ones are overhanging. So, yep, that's totally what did it. Let's see, how do I want to do this? And my large scissors are not in reach? Question mark? Nope, of course not. They're all the way over there. That's okay. I'll use my baby scissors. And since I have to fix these, let's just cut out the rest of this sheet. Arts and crafts, arts and crafts. No worries, Merlin. Take your time. Okay. I'll just be here cutting paper. Alright, I want the mechanical. Take my thimble off for the moment. I want the mechanical pencil line. Combining papercraft and sewing? Yep, that's English paper piecing. And part of the beauty of English paper piecing is because it's paper, you can, like anything you can draw, you could theoretically turn that into an English paper piecing project. Angles and straight lines are much easier than curves, obviously, just because of the way that you fold the fabric around them. But I have seen some I have seen some extremely intricate projects. Like there's a quilt called a La Passaglia that I have the papers for it, I have the templates for it, and those I actually did buy because it is extremely like detailed and beautiful. I would love to start working on that once I'm done with these projects. I'll probably work on it on stream. Okay, there's 1.25 inches. Let this be a lesson to me. Always use a mechanical pencil when drawing templates. There we go. I think, do I still have, I think I still have the picture loaded. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. No, I think I deleted it. But yeah, La Passaglia quilts are insane and beautifully intricate. There's also a method called fussy cutting, that I typically don't do because, oh no, come back. It ends up wasting a lot more fabric than I'm comfortable with. Although I suppose I could use the in-between scraps for something else. But the idea with fussy cutting is if you were going to make, you know, a 5-point star like this, you have your templates, and you would very carefully cut the same place in the fabric all 5 times so it would like mirror around, and create a kaleidoscope effect. Or you could cut it so that if you have a fabric that's covered in like little tiny birds, you could make sure to center it so that there would be a little tiny bird in the very center of each piece. You can get some really cool looking effects, but like I said, because you're sort of jumping around where you're cutting in the fabric, it leaves a lot of waste around it, which I try to use as much of the fabric as I possibly can. I do not like wasting things. But it does turn out some pretty cool effects. It's kind of the same idea of what I was doing with the kaleidoscope quilting. Bird. The difference with the kaleidoscope quilting being that I was actually using every bit of the fabric as opposed to just cherry picking, essentially. Okay, 1.25 inches. Hey Kuma, good morning. How are you this fine Sunday? I realized that I had mismeasured this sheet of papers, so I am just going through and fixing them. Kuma is V-tired? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, and when a kid that age gets up, they're up. They do not want to go back to sleep, generally. Sounds like it might be a nap day for Kuma. It's possible. 1.25 inches. Oh, fortunately, she does tend to go back to bed. That's good. Like, I can't really speak for myself when I was 5, but I'm enough older than my siblings that I remember there were definitely times where like they'd wake up at the crack of dawn and be like, okay, now I'm awake. And it's like, please go back to bed. Aww. Oh, that's sweet, Kuma. I'm glad she was able to get back to sleep. Oh no. You fell off the chair. Hopefully you were okay. Or did you wake them up because you hurt yourself? The only time I remember really waking my parents up is they used to tell us, or I guess they used to tell me, that like on Christmas morning and Easter morning, because we always used to do like a big egg hunt and had like Easter baskets on Easter morning, so Easter morning was also very exciting. But they used to tell me, like they'd set a limit. They'd say, well, you can't get us up before 6 o'clock. And I distinctly remember at least one year sitting in the doorway of their room, watching the glowing numbers of their alarm clock until it clicked over to 6:01. And then I immediately bolted in and started jumping on their bed. I don't think they were pleased, but I didn't get in trouble because I waited until after 6. And that's what they had said. It's not my fault I woke up early and decided to be a rules lawyer. Yeah, oh yeah, that's fair, Kuma. Oh, I see, Kitsune. You didn't mean to wake them up. I thought that you would I thought you meant that you had woken them up because there was a spider and you needed them to go, oh my. Amazing. So this was an unintentional wake up due to spider. A standoff policy with the spider? Oh no. Oh, when I was living in Japan, and full disclosure, I was 20 years old at this point. Japan has big ass spiders, like tarantula sized spiders. And I saw one of them in my room, like as I was getting ready for bed. And the apartment that I was living in was actually connected to the school where I was teaching. I was teaching at a private English school. So the teacher, or the owner, like actually owned the building and had an apartment connected to the school. And every year she took a student from my university because that's where she had studied when she studied abroad. It was a great relationship. But I knew she was, I knew Naomi Sensei was still over in the school part of the building, like working on paperwork and stuff. And I tried to take care of the spider myself, and it skittered into the closet. And it, like, it was this big. It was huge. and I couldn't find it. So I walked over to the school and I went, because I had told Naomi Sensei, like, I don't like spiders at all. And she had told me, well, you know, in Japan, we see them as house guardians. We don't have poisonous spiders. So being afraid of spiders is not really a thing. We don't kill them. So I walked over to the school and I told Naomi Sensei, I was like, there's a giant spider in my room. If you want to save it, you can come save it. But otherwise, I'm going to kill it. And she just kind of looked at me and sighed. And she was like, you're not going to sleep in that room if it's still there, are you? And I'm like, nope, I will come over and sleep in the school. And she was like, all right. So she came over and helped me find it. And she actually did catch it and like take it outside, which was fine with me. I just didn't want, I would not have been able to sleep knowing that it was somewhere in my room. There's no way. So yeah, that was my adventure. Oh, and then the other spider encounter I had, I was alone at the school, and same sort of size, same sort of spider, came out from under a bookshelf at me, like aggressively. And I freaked out. The only spray that I had on hand was ant spray, and spoiler alert, ant spray will not kill spiders, it just makes them mad. So I finally like ran and grabbed my shoe and smushed it. And of course it was like a Saturday and Naomi Sensei wasn't going to be back until like Monday. So I think I took a piece of paper and like kind of scooped up the corpse and carried the corpse over to the window and dumped it out the window. But not before taking pictures, because I knew that nobody in my family would believe me if I tried to tell them how big this spider was. They'd be like, oh, you were just overreacting. It probably wasn't that big. So I took pictures of the fucking thing. I was like, no, it was, I actually probably still have that picture. I was like, no, it was massive. You don't understand. Let me see. Well, actually, no, I won't put it up on stream because I'm not the only person that's arachnophobic. But yeah, no, it was legitimately like this big. Ugh. Yeah, no, luckily that was the only two real spider encounters I had there, and like, if I encountered them outside, it was fine. It was like, you go your way and I'll go my way. I don't mind if they're outside, I just don't want them in my space. But yeah, I told my parents about it, and predictably they were like, oh, it probably wasn't that big. And I showed them the picture, and my mom was like, Jesus Christ! I'm like, I told you. Oh, those are cool looking though. Like the yellow and black ones. I saw a few of those. The webs are incredible. This was one of the fuzzy black, like, squishy ones. The garden spiders are really cool looking. But again, they're outside. I don't mind them if they're outside. Do I have enough room to get one more? Aha. I have just enough room to get one more piece out of this top row, I think. Okay, there we go. And over the course of the whole page, I was off by literally half a square. Oops. It's fine. They're fixed now. It's fine. Okay, now that we've taken care of that. On to the next one. Trying to think, I didn't really have any other wildlife encounters in Japan. I was in a fairly rural area, and I think I saw a fox or two. That was about it. Lots of cranes, because I was right on a river. Well, river and the ocean. So there were a lot of like, I should look. I don't know if it was actually a great blue heron. I don't know if they are endemic to Japan, but it certainly looked like a great blue heron. It wasn't one of the red-capped cranes that you see more often. It looked like it was a heron that I saw most of the time. I never got to see a tanuki, which was disappointing, because the area, I was down south in Kyushu, and the area where I was rural, but it was mostly rural field and farmland, not really forested. So there weren't tanuki, unfortunately. Or at least not that I ever saw. Oh, I was in Kumamoto Prefecture, in Yatsushiroshi. So, like, it was like a half-hour train ride from Kumamoto City. Very near to the Amakusa Islands. It was beautiful there. I loved it. But it was so weird because if you actually like look at a globe, it was roughly the same latitude as like Atlanta, Georgia. So I woke up Christmas morning and it was like 23 degrees. Well, no, I don't think it was quite that warm. It was like 18 or 19 on Christmas morning, and it was so weird. I was like, this can't be real. Yeah, it was pretty humid in the fall. Like, it was that like cold damp. I was there from September to January, so luckily I didn't have to deal with the worst of the summer heat. It was pretty hot like the first week I got there, like the first week of September, but then luckily it cooled off pretty quickly. The fall there was lovely. It was just really weird having it go into the Christmas holidays and it was still fairly warm. I think the lowest it ever got down to, it never got below freezing while I was there. I think it got down to like 3 or 4 a couple nights, but that was about it. Which was nice, because then I could sleep under the kotatsu. God, I want to get a kotatsu for here. I should look into that now that we have more living room space. See what an actual small kotatsu would run me. It was so funny because the city where I was living, Yatsushiro, um, their sort of claim to fame is that, according to legend, Yatsushiro is where the first kappa landed when they swam over from China, you know, way, way, way back in the day. So there were like murals and statues of kappa everywhere. The city's mascot is a kappa. There's kappa on like their license plates and their manhole covers. Like, it was adorable. There's like this really famous mural that's just like a bunch of kappa molesting naked women that's just out in public, but it's like 100 years old and it's kappa. That's what they do. It was just wild seeing that sort of thing. Tourist ideas for Japan. So, well, I mean, probably me and Kuma. The thing was, I didn't get to do the touristy thing all that much. So I've been to Japan twice. The first time I was there, I was doing a co-op, so I was actually working. That's when I was down in Kyushu. Um, because my sensei had done, well, like the owner of this school had done her study abroad at my university in the States. So after she went back to Japan and started her own English school, she maintained this relationship where each fall she would take an American student from my university and sort of give them a co-op. So that's what I was doing my first trip. I was actually, I was teaching at the school and I was really busy. I got to do some like sightseeing and day excursions around the area where I was. I got to go see Mount Aso a couple times, which is an active volcano and very, very cool. I got to go hiking. Like, I got to look around Kumamoto City. I got to go to Kumamoto Castle a couple times, which is beautiful. It's one of the like 3 like national treasure castles of Japan, I guess. It's considered one of the most beautiful. So I got to go there a couple times. But I didn't really get to go much further. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was there in '09. So yeah, September '09 to January 2010. So yeah, fairly similar. Um, like I wanted, because I was down in Kyushu, I really wanted to take the time to go up and visit Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and I didn't get to because I just didn't have the time. Um, and then the second time I was in Japan was for uh, my professor and a couple other students and I were doing like an ethnographic study. Um, so we were interviewing people constantly, and had like a very tight timeline and tight schedule. And we spent 2 weeks in Tokyo and then 2 weeks up in Hokkaido, which was really cool because now I've gotten to see both Kyushu and Hokkaido and Tokyo. And kind of like we drove out and did like some more rural areas around Tokyo too, like in uh Shizuoka Prefecture and stuff. Um, but again, it wasn't really touristy. I got to see a little bit of Tokyo. Like we had a free day, and I deliberately went to go see like the big shopping districts that you always hear about. Um, but I didn't get the chance to go to Tokyo Tower. I haven't been to Kyoto. I haven't been to Osaka. Like I've not actually done most of the touristy stuff. I would love to be able to go back to Japan and do some of that. Um, it's just at the moment I can't really afford to. But that's me and Kara's kind of someday plan is we want to save up and take a big touristy trip to Japan because she's never been. But, you know, on the other hand, I've gotten to see a lot of rural Japan and a lot of more everyday Japan that a lot of tourists don't get to see. So I'm actually really grateful for that experience, especially with the ethnographic study, because we were like interviewing people about their lives and like what, you know, how has your life gone? Like what led you to this point? Because there were 3 students on the trip and each of us kind of had our own topics that we were covering. So we got to interview the people about this wide variety of stuff. And it was just really neat, and it was stuff that tourists don't ever get to experience. So in that way, it was really cool. But I also kind of wish I'd had the chance to do some of the more stereotypical tourist things. Oh, the morning dancer. Yeah, it's great to travel, but it's a little bit harder when you're traveling as part of a program or part of like, you know, something where it's got a very regimented schedule where it's like, okay, no, we have this stuff we need to get done. Because then you don't really get a chance to do the exploring. Maybe someday I'll do, if you guys want me to, maybe someday I'll preload like a whole slideshow of my pictures from Japan into OBS, and we can just have like a SJ tells stories about Japan kind of day. That could be kind of fun. Hey, Kara. Okay. Good morning. Yes, so Kara is tuning in from work. Just get my pins off here. Because I acquired a very special book yesterday. And she has asked if I would like to read it on stream. So yeah, yesterday, well, it's been pre-ordered for a while, but it finally came in yesterday. Um, I have acquired the Namazu and the Greatest Gift, which is an extremely precious little picture book. Let me see if I can get my camera down a little bit closer. There we go. All right, so let us do a brief story time. So this is Namazu and the Greatest Gift. Make sure I'm nice and centered on screen there. There we go. In the far, far east was a great grassy steppe where Namazu gathered to frolic and feast and do other things that Namazu do. The Namazu enjoyed many sunny days on the steppe. So sunny, in fact, that they soon found themselves with a big, big problem. The sun had dried the river right up and stolen the fun of fishing. Yeah, there we go. Merlin's got the right emote for this. Smelling a chance to seem important, Seigetsu, who thought of many, many things, gathered his friends Gyoshin, who built many, many things, and Yorei, who was the only one who ever stopped to wonder if those things were a good idea. I know a sage who can change the weather, Seigetsu said. He lives on the mountain beyond the river. Seigetsu was sure that the sage could solve their problem, so the three Namazu set off to search for him. After a long, long climb, they found the sage at the top of the mountain. "You can make it rain, yes, yes?" they asked. The sage was awed, and his answer was odder. "I can," he said, "enough to fill your river and more. But I won't. Not unless you find me something new, something no one has ever seen before." I love that the sage is an otter. Something new? What gift will do? The three Namazu wondered. They searched through their treasures until each found a present for the sage. Gyoshin chose a colorful fan from the Namazu's festival. Seigetsu chose his favorite book filled with big words. Yorei chose a fancy outfit she'd made with her own 2 fins. These were all very good gifts, but the sage would not accept them. "You've seen these before. They are not new," he said, and turned them away. The otter minion? I know. I think I managed to get one from one of the the minion loot boxes that you can get from your Grand Company. I think I managed to pull the broader otter, which is like the travel version. I don't know that I have the leaf hat version. Discouraged, Seigetsu and Yorei returned to the steppe. If the sage did not want their most treasured treasures, then it was clear that nothing would make him happy. Gyoshin was not so sure. He stayed behind on the mountain, watching the sage from the shadows. Gyoshin could find something suitable, a gift to make the sage smile, if only he understood the odd otter a little bit better. Also, I love this art style. They're so cute. The coloring is so soft and nice. Even though the sage lived all alone at the top of the mountain, he had everything he needed to survive. When he was hungry, he called the wind to pluck fish from the streams and bring them to his table. When he was hot, he called the clouds to cover the sun so he could relax in the shade. Gyoshin was a little bit jealous, actually. Yes, yes. I love that. Gyoshin watched for 7 days and 7 nights. He was starting to think the sage had no problems of any kind. "Ugh, I am so bored," the sage said, for the 7th time that day. What a surprise! How strange! Even with his amazing powers, the sage wasn't having any fun at all. No, no. It was enough to make a Namazu think. The next day, Gyoshin spoke to the sage again. Have you given up? Asked the sage, seeing no gifts in Gyoshin's fins. No, no, said Gyoshin. I have a gift for you, something so new that no one has ever seen it before. But you must accept it for it to work, because, you see, it's friendship between you and me. You will accept it, yes, yes? I love these guys. I love the Nawazu so much. The sage laughed. Yes, yes, I suppose I will. No one has ever given me their friendship before. Saying it out loud made the sage realize how lonely he had been, and how much he had wanted a friend. Now that he had one, he was so happy that he cried tears of joy. The sage and the Namazu held a ceremony together to call the rains. Soft clouds swept over the steppe as they celebrated together. The raindrops that fell upon them were warm and gentle, and the sage knew he would never feel alone again. It is very rainy, most moist indeed, cried Gyoshin joyfully. The sky must be happy for us too, yes, yes. From that day forward, there was always rain enough on the steppe, and friendship for any who needed it. This is such a cute book. Yep, so written by Bari Oda, who's a lead story designer for FF14, and illustrated by Hiroyuki Nagamine, who's a character concept artist for 14. So yeah. Oh, and I should show you. So under the dust cover. Hello! Do you want my friendship too? Come on. It is the most wholesome story relating to any Namazu ever, right? There's a distinct lack of fire in it, but then Kara pointed out that it is a children's picture book, so... Hello, baby. So there we go, Namazu story time. Oh, and Kitsune is resubscribed. We truly are blessed. We are blessed. Thank you. Hello, baby. Are you gonna get mad that I'm gonna start sewing again? Probably. So yeah, and that book actually was not very expensive. I think it was $20, and I was able to order it through Indigo and not pay Squeenix shipping fees, which was really nice. Hello, baby. What? Pardon. So we had a Namazu interlude. We now get a Sasha interlude. What? What? Okay, now go eat, Kara, if you haven't already. Yes, that's your mother. There she goes. Eat my pancakes? I know. Sorry. I generally take a break around noon, so I'll go stuff myself full of pancakes then. You're literally on lunch, though. Go eat a thing. Oh, I just hydrated. Everybody else also go hydrate. Kara, go hydrate. Okay. Symbol. Pin. And needle and thread. There we go. There we go. ironically, I did get to see Namazu while I was in Japan. Well, Ibitsu catfish. They had some in the river that went through where I was living, which was cool. Yeah, come back here. And fumble fingers this morning. No, it's probably not quite enough. Perfect. Okay, moment of truth. Hey, look, they line up. It's almost like if I measure my papers correctly, then the fabric becomes the right shape. Funny how that works. It's fine. Like I said, for this, it's not that big of a deal. The one crooked one is kind of charming. Well, not crooked, with the overlapping edges. Or uneven edges, I suppose. Words, how? Words, how make? Thank you, Dancer. I appreciate that. It's always best to share knowledge, right? Yeah. Hello, Kitty. Good morning. Good evening, I suppose. And Yap. Oh my. Naps are lovely on Sunday afternoons. Is it still ridiculously hot over there? Because I definitely do not blame you for heat-caused naps. It is a good weather? Okay. Oh, yeah, 25 is lovely. It's a little high on the humidity end, but that's still... Like, I think yesterday we got to like 32 here. And I think it's with like ridiculous humidity. And I think it's supposed to get really high again today. We've got all sorts of heat advisories out. I think I read somewhere where yesterday it felt like it was 41 or something ridiculous outside. Luckily, I did not have to go anywhere, but Kara went to work and she said it was awful outside. Oh no. That doesn't sound like a lot of sleep, Kitay. Aren't Kitays supposed to be sleeping like 18 hours a day? Hey, Al. Good morning. Cat butt. Ah, Yelk has subscribed for the second month, saying also cat butt. Thank you very much. Interesting that Carby reacted to that before my Twitch interface had noticed. I saw the little chat bubble pop up by Carby and was like, oh, that's strange. And then it popped up on the Twitch interface. Interesting. Yeah, no, 6 hours is not enough sleep for a Kitay. I'm glad you're able to get a nap and try to start recovering, though. Stitching goes good. You missed it earlier when I had to redraw an entire page of papers, though. Oh, let me find it. So this is the one we did earlier. You may notice there is some uneven edging, which is totally fine for this because I'm not attaching anything else. I'm just sewing it down onto a backing. But I was like, oh, that's interesting. The papers are sized wrong. What did I do? Turns out I hadn't measured correctly. So I had to go and redraw a bunch of papers, but that's fine. It's fine. The rest of them are fixed now, and this one's just charming. Yeah, 6 hours is about the minimum of what I can do, and I can't do it for more than a few days at a time. It'll definitely start catching up with me by about day 4 or 5. Chunky pencil did do me dirty. So yeah, I had measured correctly, but I was using a really chunky pencil, so the line it was drawing was actually, quite a fair bit away from where the edge of the template was. And I noticed at the time, but I was like, I'm sure it'll be fine. And like I said, it would have been fine. But I figured we might as well just measure twice, cut once, realize you somehow measured wrong twice in a row, measure again, cut wrong, measure again, make your final cuts, take a nap. Yep. Yeah, that sounds right, Yalk. Good at the nap part? Well, yeah, so if you notice, the papers I'll be using for the next little while, I'll have a line across them. That is not how far off the measurement was. That is the accumulated of like several rows of being off. Let me find one of the original ones. pile. There it is. Come here. That's how much I was off by originally. Which, you know, over the course of an entire page. Ooh, photos of your old stained glass work. I never got to do freestanding stained glass, but when we were in one of my art classes, did like a glass mosaic project. So they had us score and cut the glass and arrange it, but then instead of doing like a freestanding piece, we glued it down onto plywood and grouted in between to make a mosaic, and that was really fun. I would love to be able to get back into that. But what is workspace? I'm already kind of crowded in here with the yarn and the fabric and the resin. But yeah, glass mosaic was really fun. Come on. Fabric. Come on. There we go. Please thread. I will be going until 2 p.m. as usual, so for another 2 hours. Sign up for open tables. Open tables are good. It is noon. There we go. I was waiting on that. Okay, so once I finish tying this knot here, noon owl means break time. Everybody stretch, get up, move around a little bit. Yalka's gonna go shower. If you need to do something similar, feel free. I'm gonna go grab a quick nom. And also probably some juice or tea or something. So yeah, I will run a quick ad and be back in a few minutes. That's the one I want. Break time. Okay, and return. I did indeed stuff a pancake in my face, as my wife instructed me to. Magnet. Thimble. 150 tables is a lot of tables, Kate. I think I'm sitting at around 50 or so active myself at the moment. And pin. Ooh, a pink lady apple. I don't know that I've ever tried that variety. If I'm gonna eat an apple, I tend to usually go for either Honeycrisp or I'm one of those monsters that actually likes eating Granny Smith, just as is. So that's usually what I tend to go for. I don't think I've even heard of the Pink Lady variety. Sounds lovely though. Yeah, so it's so what it is it's a magnet that I got off Amazon that's meant to be used as like a purse closure. So it's a little round magnet, but it's encased in like a square of plastic, because you're meant to sew it into a purse. But then I just sewed a square of fabric around it and then just wrapped it. I don't know how well you can tell. I just wrapped it around an old hair tie and sewed up the back. It's not pretty, but it's perfect. My wife cross stitches a lot, and she keeps needle minders on her hoop, where it's just like a little magnet that clips to the end of her hoop that she'll put her needle on. But that doesn't work as well when I'm doing a project like this. So I was trying to figure out an alternative, and I was like, let's just put it on, and you could wear it around your wrist too if you wanted like a bracelet instead. I just find that that's very convenient. Oh no, Red Delicious are not meant to be eaten. Or at least I don't know what Red Delicious are for. They don't have a nice apple texture. I find Red Delicious to be like very grainy, which is not what I want when I want to eat an apple. Oh yeah. Yeah, for things like for dollhouses and stuff. Oh, jazz are also good. I do like jazz apples too. Yeah, I love Granny Smith. Wife and I recently made Japanese curry, and we usually put apples in the curry because it just it sweetens it up a little bit, and it just provides a little bit extra texture and crunch to the curry. And we usually put in Granny Smiths because they don't break down as much when you cook them. That's also the same reason you usually see Granny Smith used in pies. And when I went to the store to pick up the apples for the curry, I bought extras so that we could just eat them. Fuji are okay. Gala's okay. I don't know. I've just never really been a fan of the red apples. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Apples don't overpower the curry itself. They just kind of complement it very nicely. Well, thank you for the follow. That's much appreciated. Me and all my apple talk. And also the board game chatter going on in chat. I am shook that nobody's redeemed board games on me yet. I deliberately have not played any of them. Well, no, I think I played them. Did I play through them when I first got up this morning? I don't think I did. I think I got distracted. Naha, there we go. Thank you, Yao. I didn't insist. I was just making a note. Okay. So, for Just Pony and anyone else that's new or lurking, a bunch of us play board games digitally on Board Game Arena. So one of my, where do I want it? This one. So one of my redeemables is to, oh no, I have to hide that. Are you on the right window? One of my redeemables is to actually pull up Board Game Arena and go through my boards. There they are. I need to up it to 5K. I mean, I could do that. I like playing my boards on stream. It's entertaining. All right. Oh yeah, I've got a few. Pull up chat on my phone so I don't have to keep switching windows. There we go. Okay, what have we got? Many, many things. Let's see. This is the non-hubrisy wizard game. Well, it might be hubris for me at the moment. We'll see. 1K means it gets redeemed at least once a stream. Yeah, and I do actually have it on an hour timer as well. So at most it could only probably get redeemed. Well, it gets redeemed about once on my shorter streams sometimes, and then 2 or 3 times on my Sunday streams if people are being super proactive about it. Actually no, I want this ribbon. Next. Considering it usually takes me like half an hour to get through my boards though. Oh gosh, large straight and Yahtzee. This game is not going well for me. Well, I have 4, 5, 6. Let's try it. Nope. Nope. Of course not. Let's put that there. Next. Yeah, space for streaming is difficult. I started streaming several years ago, but all of my crafting stuff... What? Oh, it's purple. There we go. All of my crafting stuff was like downstairs in the living room, and it just... I didn't have a great camera. It just wasn't optimal at all. But luckily this year, one of our roommates moved out, and we have converted their bedroom into a crafting room for me. So now I have dedicated space. But yeah, I definitely feel that. Especially if you're trying to do crafting stream, trying to set up camera and having everything in reach and where it's convenient to work from can be really difficult. So good luck with that. Yeah, my setup is a webcam on a like gimbal arm that is currently attached to my ironing board, but it works. So, ooh. Yeah, I think I want 5 and 4. Gonna make me take another negative no matter what. That's rude. Okay, next. Oh, excellent. Congrats on new craft room. Have yeah, enjoy setting that up and getting it sorted, because that can be extremely satisfying. Yeah. Yeah, I can see how that would be an issue. Mine, even sometimes with my sewing, mine can have issues because, yeah, it doesn't like to focus real close up. Hmm. Gosh, I never know how to start these games ideally. Let's see, let's build here. We'll do that. Next. Yeah, it does okay when I'm just doing like the patchwork and stuff, but trying to bring things up closer to the camera, it doesn't like to focus down. Yell when I get to tranquility. Okay, I can do that. Lurk while crocheting. Good plan. Seems like a good plan. You do have a lot of crocheting to do. Ooh, you know what? Let's risk it. I'm ahead, so next. Once I get off stream, I'll probably be working on my my resin charms. Oh yeah, this is the game that hates me. I have none of my contracts completed. It gave me 3 jokers. I can consistently go out, but yet I can't go out because I don't have any of my contracts completed. It hates me. Next. Oh yeah, this is fantastic because then it gives me a chance to stretch and sort of change position, refocus my eyes on something else. And like I said, me and a bunch of the people watching are playing these games, so it's worth it for them too. Next. Yeah, exactly. If it works, who cares? If it works for you, that's all that matters. I would like to get the L. Somebody else might have already stolen my L. What else do I need? Airplane, car, mountain. Aha, a car and a mountain. Take it. Next. None of those are the L. I don't have a Z yet. I'll go with that. Next. Oh, I know. I can check and see if somebody's already grabbed it. I'm too lazy. Maybe next time it comes around. Square. I'm hoping that I'll get a circle here, because one of the objectives for this particular game is I need to try to hit all 13 districts, which include these little tiny single corner ones. That's not a circle. Pardon. Let's go there. Next. Let's go with 56. Excellent. And now I'll probably
have to take a row no matter what, unless somebody goes lower than me. So let's go with that. Really could use some more red cards. Next. Okay. 4. I'll play immediately. That goes there. And I'll take those. And then I'll take that. There we go. Neat and tidy. Next. Okay, that's been marked. Hopefully these are marked because they're playable. Dang it. Okay, next. Yep, that goes there. Ah yes, this is the hubris game. Next. Let's see. Up there. Next. Oh, I love Azul. Okay. Blank slate. Next. Carcassonne. Ah, I have the river end. Excellent. Okay, next. Oh yes, the other hubris board game. What even am I? I am blue. Oh boy. You know what? Yeah, let's just... Kitsune is real close to winning. Let's see if I can... Alright, we'll stop there. Okay. Next. It is BGA time. That's always BGA time, Merlin. Of course, yellow is the one I want, and there aren't any. Next. Down to 23 tables. We started with like 45, so we're doing good. Take that other Tamaki. Next. Codex Naturalis. Another fun game. Ooh, let's play that there. Sure. And then let's draw a green card. Next. Hand and foot. The non-terrible game. A foot. Alright, next. Well, not much choice. I want adjacent to locations, adjacent to water. Here's water. And water. No, skip that for now. Confirm. Next. Ah, the other one. Good grief. Traffic today is terrible. None of these are great choices. What color am I? Red. I guess. Nope. Hubris. Alright, next. Kite, I have hit tranquility. I'm just reading through. Let's see. Hi, chat. Exactly. Hello, Kite. Oh, you have a start? Oh, yeah, you do have a start. I mean, I could probably get rid of at least 2. Possibly 3. Rhoda had the start, okay. Yeah, I could do either 2 or 3, depending on what your hand looks like. You've already dropped 1. Yeah, we can do that. Although it's saying we only need to discard 4 more, so if you've already done 1. So it'd be 3 from one of us and 2 from the other. Unless my math is wonky. Oh, you did too. Okay, yes, then 3 from each of us. Let's see here. Let us drop that one, that one. And I'll drop that one. Okay. Oh, and I drew another start card. That would have been nice. Let's see. How about I play there. Next. Tranquility is a fun one because it's very, very cooperative. If you're not all kind of working together, it will not go well. None of these are helpful. Nope, none of these are helpful. I could be a dick. Yeah. Does Measly have another E in it? No, apparently not. Excellent. Good lord, Kitsune has 11 ink. Yes, let's flush the offer row. Still not super helpful. But I'll take that one. And 2 ink. Alright, I will figure out what that spells later. Ah, yes. Solo. I have to draw. Next. The other word game. The one where we vote on words. Yes, that is a word. Next. Ooh, fresh, shiny, new next station London game. Okay, so that pencil power is a joker, which I shouldn't need yet. So for this one, the 9 stations in the Central District and 6 river crossings. Okay. Next. Ooh, another fresh, shiny new game. I see some boards have fired. Let's do that one. Next. Kuma joined Kite boards, so a bunch of them fired. Excellent. Ooh, Dixit. Oh yeah, it's a lot of boards. I promise I'll get back to sewing. Alright, so I'm looking for ones that speak to me of Relic. Yes. Maybe? Yeah. Potential for cheating. But that's okay. I trust you guys. Also, you spent the channel points, so... Ooh, I like that. I've never seen that picture before. And I love the art in this game. Okay, we'll go with those. Next. Alright, Kuma, I'm done with Dixit. We're on to Tokaido. Yes. Hot springs are good. I like hot springs. Oh, I miss hot springs. Next. Let's see. Yes. 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 One more. Okay. Yeah, let's call it there. Okay, next. Is As for why I have a card in hand, I don't know. Presumably somebody else also made us draw one. Hey, good game though. Okay, next. Game is played with the following optional rules, which differ from the international rules. Each city is worth 3 points to the player with the most farmers in the fields that surround it. Okay, cool. Ooh, a church on a river. Just dump a person there. Next. Ooh, the fresh new Kite game. Yes, no. Let's do that one. Next. We're almost through them. Uh, 6 and 4, huh? Well, let me just buy that mine. I have to do that. And then play my sheep. Okay, confirm. Next. That one. Next. I suspect people are playing games in the background, which is fine. Variety. I want variety. Give me that one. And oh, train. Give me that one. Next. How dare I accuse you of playing games? Right? It's almost like that's what this game or this website was designed to do. One day stream is nothing but board game arena. I mean, you joke, but where am I? There's my pawn. Next. Oh yeah, Merlin and I are almost done our game. Next. I mean, yeah, sooner or later. This is the one where I want to be near mountains. Or horizontal lines. I think my best bet here is going to be horizontal line. Next. Yes, take that one. Let's do, yeah, that one. That'll work. Okay, that's it. We actually got through them all. For now. I'm sure like 3 more will pop up instantaneously. Okay, thank you, friends. No, that's not the window I want. I want OBS. That's the window I want. There we go. Thank you, Yauk.
Okay. Just take a drink of my tea here. Dying in duties? Oh no. Not ideal, but also mood. Come on. As I was saying earlier, the most annoying part of these 5-pointed stars is trying to put the last piece in, because the angle gets a bit awkward. No, stop that. Come on, there we go. Yeah. Come back here. Lost my thimble. There it is. Oh, goodness. Oh, that was thunder. Well, that's good. Don't know if that was actually audible or not, but we just had a good crack of thunder outside. No rain yet, but it is looking like it. Come on, thread. There we go. Well, that's good. Hopefully the rain will help it cool down a little bit. And even if not, we need the rain. There we go. See, that's much nicer. The edges actually meet how they're supposed to. It's fine. It's all fine. The uneven one is charming. Let's see. Well, still no rain coming down outside, but it sure is gray and gloomy. No, so that's the hexagon blanket that I'm usually working on. I should take a picture that would show what this one is. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But essentially, so these guys, I have white or cream colored squares that are going to be the background. So essentially the next steps are I iron these really, really, really well to make sure that the edges are really creased. And then I'll actually take the papers out of the back, lay them down on the cream fabric, and then stitch around the edges to sew them down. And so they'll be on cream colored backing, and then I sew all of those together. This isn't really a pattern that I'm following so much as I'm making it up as I go along. So I don't really have a reference picture for it. Oh, to tack it down onto the backing, I'm definitely doing that by machine. Maybe I'll try to get I've got plenty of stars now. Nope, I didn't, not the end. I've been meaning to pull out my machine and start tacking them down. So I'll try and get a few done this week so that I can show you what they'll look like next week. Because yeah, I need to get cracking on this. My parents are actually going to be coming up here for Canadian Thanksgiving, which is in October. So if I can have the baby blanket done by then, I can just have them take it down to my brother and not have to ship it, which would be nice. I don't know if I'll have it done by then or not, but it's worth a shot. Oh, Kite has now finally caught up with Kite's boards. Excellent. Until there are new ones. Think again, Kite. Excellent. Yeah, exactly. You're only caught up until somebody else is also caught up. It's a vicious cycle. It isn't vicious at all. We'd all be caught up if all the games ended. That's silly talk, Kitsune. I don't think that's real. That's not a real state of being. I am flubbing all of my dex rolls today. Just like every one of our D&D sessions. Look, it's not Bram's fault. He's a centaur. His dex is 8. Oh yes, we didn't have a session yesterday, unfortunately. We may or may not have one this Saturday. Kara and I have a bridal shower to go to, but the bride-to-be tested positive for COVID last week, so we're kind of waiting to see if she'll reschedule. Yeah, Bram is my centaur paladin. His dex is 8. Just 8. He has currently fallen down a cliff twice. Once sent him unconscious and had him making death saves because he just tumbled head over ass. Oh. 1 o'clock bird. He's fine. Yeah. It was a mimic. A mimic tried to eat him. Last session was fun, but not great from a character point of view. Yeah, Bram is kind of going through some stuff. But I think it'll work out really, really well from like a character point of view. Harrowing. Yeah. Yeah, that seems like a good word to describe the last session. I went to brush my hair aside and my thimble came off. Only a few squares done and you already want a nap? Oh no. Ooh. Another boom of thunder. Still no... Oh, is that rain coming down? Oh yeah, that's rain coming down sideways. Cool. Cool. So yeah, if stream goes wonky or suddenly cuts... Oh, that's a lot of rain. Yeah, blame the power grid. It's fine. Deep dive on screamer pranks? Oh my. That also sounds harrowing. Back to the cutscene mines? Oh no. Well, as long as several aren't playing in sequence, you should be fine. Several are playing in sequence? Oh no. Well, sorry Kitsune, we can't help you. Oh, the ghost car ad? Yeah, I remember that, I think. It's the same one I'm thinking of. That is so much rain. How can I work on my mental health when several cutscenes will play in sequence? Yeah, exactly. Toast and cold meats? Ooh. Yeah, that sounds like a lovely dinner for a hot day. Charcuterie is underrated. Oh man, yeah, at 13. Oof. Jump scares are not great. Oh no, gameplay in the middle of your cutscenes that play in sequence? I think I know what point you're at. I think I know exactly what point you're at. Ooh, leveling crafters is good. I should do that at some point. I was leveling my Dragoon and Bard a bit yesterday. Was it the one... Oh, I don't remember the names of any of them. Oh, thunder. Was it the one where you're going down into a cave and every room had like 4 doors? Or 3 or 4 doors, and you had to like pick the right sequence of doors to actually get to the bottom? I hated that one. That one took me forever. I think I actually ended up looking up a guide for it, because I was like, you know what, screw this. I'm tired of backtracking. Oh, the yeah. I never even got to that one, because that's the one that's after the end game, right? That only unlocks by flying. I never even bothered to attempt that one. Goodness, this needle is getting dull. I will have to sharpen it. Yeah, no, that's fair to answer. That dungeon is something else. I was watching Kara play it for a while, and I think she was getting pretty frustrated with it too. Because it's so different than all the rest of the game. Yeah, I typically don't play platformers. I'm very bad at them. I don't necessarily get angry at them, but I get very frustrated, and I just don't find them fun most of the time. Hello! Come on! Oh, do you not like the thunder? Do you not like the thunder? My baby. She's usually pretty okay with thunder, but there is a lot of it going on right now. Or do you think that I don't like the thunder and you came to comfort me? That's also plausible. I suspect that Sasha thinks that we're just big dumb kittens, based on how she treats us sometimes. She do protect. She is best probably kitty. We're not entirely sure. We think she might be something else masquerading as a kitty at this point. Hi. Oh yes, I know. We need to trim your nails. You're getting stuck to the blanket. Sometimes the best way to not be scared of something is to help someone else through it. That's true. Okay. You know what? I should probably end stream and unplug my computer and such. Yeah, let's do that. Just in case. Well, that was close too. Like, I saw the flash and it immediately thundered loudly. So, I figured it might pass over quickly, but it looks like it's here to stay for a while. So, yeah. I mean, we're only a bit early. So, let's go. Julie should be up by now. Let's go say hi to Julie. So yeah, thank you for coming to hang out. Thank you to my followers and my subscribers. I will be back on Tuesday with some cross stitch, since Kara redeemed channel points to choose what I would be working on. So I'll be doing some cross stitch. And then Wednesday I'll be back with Pokemon, and then Sunday we'll be back with more of this because I should get this baby blanket done. So yeah, everybody have a good week. I will send you Julie words, and I'll just go hang out in her chat until the power goes out. Ah, it is Skyrim. We are going to be doing more book reading.